Hi, so this is kind of a different video. So I just had some ideas that I've had written down for a few months to a few weeks, maybe almost a year. And honestly, in this video, I'm just gonna talk about them. So this first one, it's about Scourge and Blue Star. I'm honestly kind of surprised. There's basically no content on YouTube exploring the relationship between those two, considering Blue Star saved him in the Rise of Scourge. Like there was one reference to it in one of Mew's map parts, and then that's about it. But other than that, so basically in this one, I want to depict a scene where it's after Scourge has died and also Blue Star has died at this point. And basically I want Blue Star to confront Scourge and be like, hey, I saved you from basically getting torn apart, but you became Thistle Claw and Tiger Paw. You became the person who was killing people, and yeah, what have you become? For maybe have a flashback to Barley and stuff, and what happened to his sister. And in the end, I honestly don't think Scourge is gonna completely turn around, but it'll probably end as he does feel slightly guilty, it shows, but he doesn't admit it, and he just walks away into the void away from Blue Star. So I'm not too sure what audio to use for this one, because honestly, it's really, it's so customized to the point it has to be voice acted, and I don't know how to do that. So yeah, I don't really know any audio for it, and someone can take this idea. I'm probably never gonna use it. So the second idea, it's based off of that I Will Never Forget Goosefeather map. At the end of that map, he basically he sees a lot of visions, and then he collapses near, I think, the river, and he's surrounded by Star Clan cats. And I thought at that point he had died, but then I searched it up, and he just died of green cough. Honestly, for a character who's constantly plagued by Star Clan being an ass, it's honestly kind of disappointing that he just died from green cough instead of something related to his curse. So in this AU, what I basically wanted to do was, it's an AU on his death, and what happens is that all that stress of seeing his clanmates dying or getting something bad happening to them, it kind of just builds up, according to the internet, the more stress you have, the adrenaline starts to slowly clog up your veins. So maybe this time he just has a particularly bad, there's just a lot more than usual visions being tossed at him, and at that point he just starts running, and he maybe at that point he just suffers a heart attack and dies. And at the end of the song, I'm probably only going to be using a portion of it, but it was now it's 6 a.m. You're ready for a night. One more more to go. That part. So at that part, I just want to show two things. Maybe the fact that basically no one cared that he died, which would be kind of sad, except maybe Featherwhisker, and maybe even show him as a ghost, just StarClan welcoming him, and then he's just no, who do you think you are? You cursed me to be like this, and then run off. And maybe at the part where he's all panicked and stuff, maybe it's the color palette that you see on screen, and then once towards the end and beginning, it's just a normal color palette. So yeah. Alright, third idea. So this one would be about Purdy. Honestly, Purdy's kind of underrated, not gonna lie. But this one, I want to just explore his life. Maybe starting around Power of Three. Maybe touching a bit in New Prophecy all the way until his death in Vision of Shadows. So what I want to show in this map is that he's like lonely and stuff, and maybe he meets the New Prophecy cats and he's like sad when like they have to leave again, because like they were like the most company he has had in like a long time. And at some point he meets Soul and they become really good friends. And then maybe at some like he fought like that part where he realizes that Soul wasn't really that good of a person, and maybe show his like denial, like someone who's like been with him and like been so like been such a good friend to him, like would turn out to be a bad person. And maybe he finds more company in the Elder's Den when he joins DunderClan, like from Longtail and Mousefur. But then once they die in Omen of the Stars and the Great Battle, he'd be alone again. This part of the map, it's probably gonna have a really dull palette, but honestly, this old man deserves a better ending. So, once maybe all the other the new elders like Grey Stripe and Sandstorm move in, maybe he's like finally happy. You know, he's like not finally happy, but he gets to be. He has friends who will support him, and he's happy when he's died and not lonely. So yeah, that's this idea. If someone wants it, please get it. I honestly don't think I'll be using this one, so yeah. Alright, so these are the next few ones are going to be my danganronpa ideas. This one, I really like this one. So, what I did, like, when I played, SDR, Chapter 5 spoilers, by the way, SDR, for SDR2, when Chaki and Monami were, like, about to be executed, like, there was this line where, Monami was like, hey, there's no need to be a hero, just be proud of yourself. And I asked my friend who already like watched the anime by now. She's just like, oh, that's gonna apply to Hajime so much in the anime, and I didn't really realize what she meant until I watched the anime like a few weeks ago. It's pure agony, just warning anyone who's gonna watch it. But yeah, there are 3 spoilers ahead. So I wanted to I combined this this line from Monami to the music that played when Koichi and Chiaki died, and also a couple other moments that were sad in this anime. So yeah, I think it turned out to be some good audio. So what I want to explore would be Hajime basically like he wanted to prove himself to Chaki, and at first she's like, hey, no, just be proud of yourself, and he listens to that until, you know, he sees the thing that happens between Mahiru, Natsumi, and Sato happen, and then he's like, no, this is the only way I have to, this is the only way I can, like, I can be around Chiaki and be proud of myself. And it's ironic, because, like, that's the reason why she died, and that's sad, and, but, yeah, I wanted to end, like, and by the ending of this line, where, like, Monami is like, love, love, I want to either end on Hope Arc, or end where, Chiaki died, and Aizuru is crying, because, like, look at what happened. For this one, it'd be like, well, I wrote AMV, but it's gonna be mostly PNV with, like, really slow AMV. There's not gonna be that much movement, so yeah. Alright, so, here, this one, it's going to be about the chaotic gang that is the Twilight Syndrome girls. Chapter 3, chapter 2/3 spoilers, or just chapter 2 and beyond. Really sucks that they're like, hey, these four are affiliated with each other, and then they just killed them all off in 2 chapters. Like, come on, man. At least keep one of them alive, but this one is it's just supposed to be a happy, like, cheery meme. So there's gonna be a bit of Soapies and Band-Aid in here, so anyone who ships that, here's some food. But yeah, it's just gonna be some really energetic and a bunch of walk cycles, because that's what this meme is about. But honestly, most of it is self-explanatory, so yeah, expect this one to be coming soon, I hope. Unless I stay stuck in Map Hill, then maybe that's another story. Alright, last one. My Hero, honestly, like, I have, like, a couple of other ideas I haven't talked about yet. Not in this video, at least, but there's a lot of My Hero in there. I love her so much, oh my god. But, this one is gonna be about, like, it's mostly gonna be about, her, what the stuff she's involved in DR3. Like, it goes a bit into AU-ish, but it's also mostly canon. So, what I want to explore in this one would be the Twilight Syndrome part of DR3. Like, basically, she's caught up in this drama between her, Natsumi, and Sato, and, you know, both of them end up dying, and I don't know if I want to make this one shippy, but maybe a tad bit of Sato X My Hero and Soapy is in here. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, point is, either way, she does care a lot about Sato, and maybe in this AU, like, Junko, like, instead of just, like, being like, oh, look, the other spoilers, oh, look, your class representative, gamer girl, is about to die a horrible, painful death, fall into despair, and then they fall into despair. But, like, I feel like that should have been just more, like, something to push, like, already unstable students to, like, a breaking point and cause them to be despair, like, to get, like, the last of the people who, like her manipulation didn't really work as well on. So, in this AU, manipulation would be Junko's prime tool to, like, convert them into despair. And also, I feel like it would have been better narrative, because, like, they would have been more responsible for their actions. So they can't just, like, write it off as, oh, they were being mind controlled or something. Like, this is something they chose, even if it was via manipulation. So, I feel like her way of falling to despair, it'd be, it would, like, I feel like it'd be linked to, Hiyoko. Because, like, she also really cares about Hiyoko, right? And I feel like in this AU, yeah, there was someone who, like, it's kind of based off of their idea. I'll put their name on the screen right now, because I don't remember their name. But they were like, hey, like, there's a lot of important females in her life, whether it be, Sato or Hyoko or her mother. So what if her mother died, and that just leaves Hyoko, and, or maybe, like, Junko just, like, takes this opportunity, like, maybe she set up her mom's stuff too, and Junko takes this opportunity to just get close, like, really, really close to Mahiru, so that she cares about her a lot. And then when she starts doing, like, questionable things, like, Mahiru knows about them. Like, she already has a history of hiding stuff, for, the sake of her friends. Like, despite, like, she may have died because she like stuck to her morals to her death, but like at the same time Twilight Syndrome was a thing, and like she like covered up Sato's murder. So in this case, she'd see Junko like doing bad stuff, and she'd be like, no, like, please, like, this is not good, but she wouldn't tell her because like she doesn't want to lose another another female that's important to her. And maybe like Junko just like starts like kind of implicitly blackmailing her, saying like, hey, it'd be a shame if you like don't like me anymore because I have Hyoko in my grasp, and I'm not too sure what to do with Hyoko yet. I haven't done her free time events yet, but I feel like it goes something along the lines of like her doing bad stuff and people hating her even more because like she's a bully and she's also done bad stuff, but she just feels like there's no point in doing good anymore because people will never acknowledge her for being a better person. They'll always see her as a bad, terrible person, so she just keeps on being despair. Haven't worked out the details yet, but yeah. So Junko has got Hyoko in her grasp, and she's like, hey, it'd be a shame, like, if you like left me, because if you did, I can off Hyoko right here and now. And maybe like I feel like my hero would be kind of like a Yasuke, like in Danganronpa 0, spoilers, where he's in love with Junko to the point where he would hide what she's been doing, even if like he probably knew like she was trying to start a apocalypse, but it didn't really matter. He still covered for her. So it'd be something like that, and maybe even explore her time as kind of a reluctant remnant of despair. Maybe she even turns into more of a willing one, just from like having to do it over and over again. So, and maybe at the end, when at the end of the song, like I'd have a couple flashbacks just to like summarize what happened, and also maybe a bit of SDR too. Maybe I'll add in also a bit of Hyoko, her relationship with Hyoko as well. So yeah, that one was long. I did not expect this video to be 18 minutes long. Okay, but yeah, yeah. Okay, so yeah, that's all my ideas. Thank you for sticking around this long. If you have, that was 18 minutes long. But yeah, have a good day, and yeah, happy holidays since that's in a week. See ya.